Good morning, chat. I probably sound like I just woke up, and I did. So, can't really help that. But, I've actually been streaming nearly every day this week. I don't think anyone in this chat would know. In fact, I know no one in this chat would know, unless you figured it out from what I told you, because I did tell a couple people that I was doing some weird stuff. I'll explain more about that later. But, I learned some things. Anyway, um, So I was doing some of this on the stream, and I think I'm just gonna pick it up on this stream. So we are going to continue this build. What this build is a apocalyptic city. It's very post-apocalyptic. It's pretty much overgrown and crumbling. Not too far back there because there's just other stuff. I mean, I guess you can. It's just takes you out of the illusion of a city. Yeah, but all of this was across, let's see, I think 3 streams. They're all privated now. The whole channel's pretty much just shut down. I'll explain the whole idea behind that later. Oh, science I was trying to do. And the result I discovered. Because I did learn some things. Um, yeah, let's see, there was a two 2.5 hour streams and a 4 hour stream over the course of 3 days. All right, so I need to build some more buildings for the city. We've got this building, which I like quite a bit. I mean, it's boring. But it says boring up there. I also like all these. I think I like this corner more. But I mean, it's good to have one of those. You gotta have one of those kind of buildings, the boring ones. Everyone needs a giant boring building in their city. Unless it's real life, then you don't. So why don't we figure out what goes on this street corner and maybe some of this? Actually, I should explain what some of this other stuff is. This building, I don't know what that is. It just kind of got built, filled in some extra space. This one, yeah, I'm thinking it was a pizza place down here. Some like apartments up top. Even a little rooftop garden. This one, I think it was an apartment building. I got some like faded banners hung up, some air conditioners or something, some overgrown flower. Not sure what they call flower boxes. Good car. This is just gonna be real. I mean, I think it's a strip club down here and the hotel up here. Certain kind of hotel. Um, other than that, I guess let's just start building. I also have I think I'm gonna make it look like the government just like blocked off whatever's going on here. Whatever apocalypse was happening, they're like, oh yeah, if we keep everyone here, it'll fix it. It didn't fix it. I still haven't fully decided what the apocalypse is, but it's probably something virus related or like infection related. Zombies. So that's usually what causes this kind of thing when the buildings are just left in decay. Because if it was like a nuclear war, then there wouldn't be buildings. Right. What do I want to build right here? It needs to be something at least fairly tall. Or does it actually? I think it needs to be something fairly tall to like stand up next to this one. Maybe I only need to go up to like here or so. This actually is the shortest rooftop. So all of these are higher. It's still pretty tall. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories. This one's 10. That one's a 7. I think that one's 5, just taller. That one, I think it's actually I think that one's 5 too. It's just taller. Are these the same height? This one's taller. Also, I should show off this. A little dance real quick. Oh, so I was thinking of making that sign flash. We could always do that later. Alright, let's get to work. I keep saying that and not doing it. I want to build this out of. Actually, I think they have an idea of what it will be. Like, what is this building? Can I make it like the police station? Like, what? What would be built on a corner? Actually, I don't know if they build the police station on a corner. That's pretty valuable real estate the companies would want. Especially during, like, in a populated area like this. You might want to put a little bit away. But, like, the city center. I could do the radio station, because I was considering building a radio station. Yeah, we could do a radio station here. I think I could go like a mostly white building. I haven't done one of those. Let's look up radio station building. Now that's how to build a radio. Like, pretty boring looking buildings, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of them, unless they're like in a big city, it looks like a lot of them are just little flat buildings with a big radio and tower on top of them. This is in a big city though. It could be taller. Maybe a news or a news station. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like they just occupy whatever kind of building they feel like. It doesn't seem like there's really a type of building they do a lot. Alright. So I guess I can just make some stuff up. Let's use white for now. This is the space we have. I think this would be a good amount of space. And that leaves us room for something right there. Maybe an alleyway between them. Oh, my cat just jumped up onto my lap. Let me just move my mic out of the way for a second. He gets situated. Alright. You gotta sit down though, buddy. Taking a sweet time. There he goes. Alright. How many blocks wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's a 2-block center. Does that work on this side? I can make it. Bring this down further, or I could just do that. So a lot of the buildings I saw when I just looked up radio, or I think it was like TV or news broadcast station or something along those lines. I forget what I actually looked up. Let me check. News station company building. Is what I looked up. There's like a bunch of different ones. Um, See, there's a New York one that kind of has like vertical lines. Stock image that kind of has vertical lines. Well, there's a couple of them that's just these like vertical lines that go up. Yeah, so we're gonna do something like that at least for now. So they have a pretty decent sized lower level. Gonna look big and important. The more I'm looking at these, they're going with like a much more normal concrete look, or not concrete. Uh, so I might actually go sandstone. They have done sandstone yet, so we'll do sandstone. So we get up to this point, and then maybe it goes across here. Just kind of getting like a rough outline. Like a door like here. On this side as well. And we have a door right here and also here. That could be kind of cool. Thinking maybe it even goes back a little bit in. Give like a little bit of a lip right here. Oh wait, what's that thing called? The sign that goes around the outer edge. Like it says things. It just says the news on it. Yeah, I just found a stock image of Fox News that has that outside. I like that idea. I'd steal that. So that would go. Just put like a red line where that would be. That would go like right here. And then bring it up like this. And then we could put some like good cornerstones right here. Don't want big windows, or yeah, maybe we want larger windows than that. just so I can like see kind of what we're doing. I guess you guys can as well. You can have some cornerstones like this on the way up. Just bring this pattern pretty high up. Yeah, I think I want to go more than like the normal 5 stories. Actually maybe I'll go about 5 or 6 stories. It'll definitely be taller than like that. We'll see how many stories looks right. Or I could go about like that high and then put the radio tower on top. Oh, I just realized I made a mistake with the sizing of this. Because this one I bring it in by 1. On this side. Why don't we make this into a square? Or I can make it 1 more wide. There's still enough space to do something right there. That's fine. Let's see if this fixes it. It does. Is it too wide though? It feels a little wide. If it was thinner, if I spread in here. I actually like just making it smaller better. And let's bring this up now. This up to the same height. Two blocks of window. 2 blocks of 2 blocks of wall. B process. Bring this across. We need this to go up and over. There we are. One by one. Finish off each of these walls. Okay, there we go. I feel like I'm starting to like this. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of just splitting up this large window. Even though it's all the same room. This looks more supported that way. Actually, I think I'm gonna make that a thin line eventually. And okay, yeah, this looks right. Let's just put a marker up for the back corner. Because I actually do need to do stuff at the side. Because there's an alleyway. Which is unfortunate, but you know, it looks right. So that's the way it's gonna be. There's more stuff to make. I can do one more floor. These right here. And fill in all of this. I think one more was good. We also need to put the radio tower up here, and that's its own whole thing. So we're going to use, I think, smooth sandstone and sandstone. Anything else that kind of fits with these? I guess birch planks I can use. Or actually stripped spruce wood. And sand. I need smooth sandstone. Right, let's go and just copy and paste that over and over. So you still need to figure out what the corners are going to be. I mean, we could always go with the classic. Alright, so wait, none of these I was describing as the classic, but I'm gonna grab them real quick. A lot of these are useful. Like say this. I don't know if that looks quite right. How about something a little more colorful? Yeah, I like the addition of color. Yeah, we'll go with that. A little different than what I was planning, but I think that's okay. Just to gray. And switch this to granite. Oh, I just realized. I think it counts as stone blank. One sec. Oh, okay, they did actually make it done polished granite. That's good. There we go. Just gonna destroy this and rebuild it because it's actually quicker. So with this, go around here. Do a little bit of this. Yeah, okay, I like that design. So under each window is one of these. Just do it step by step across the whole structure. And at the same level, we have these. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze for a second. Let's go up here. And fill in each of these. And then we can put in all the slabs and finish off. Oh wait, this one didn't get these. There we go. You know, I'm actually gonna go back on a design detail from earlier, as these have become a lot harder to see. Let's just change all these back. Yeah, that feels better. You know, it's a little bit less fancy looking. But it just didn't look quite right with these here. It's the great power of creative building, or just Minecraft building in general. You can always go back on what you do. That's why I always take things in phases before I like start detailing everything. I plan it, like I look at everything a lot. Because then I just kind of fix anything I want quickly. Not have to worry about it too much. There's the top one done. See, I'm gonna guess that this would be now switched out for this. So we'll bring that down. Oh, we could do a cool shape to the windows here. I like that. That's cool. Let's fix up some of these. We could even get some shape to this. Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Right up here. So we just do like this. Some of these. Some of these. Some of this. Bits of this. Oh, I haven't put these in yet. Or these. Let's actually put these in first. So I like them. Just like cap off the ends right there and right there. Actually, how can I better sell this as a screen? Actually, I have an idea. We don't need to even power these. But just having them there behind the glass. Let's see, oh, that's a screen. I might even use tinted glass. I think that might be too dark. Let's also texture this a little bit. There we go. Like they usually have a big sign that says the company name. We gotta find a spot for that. We're just gonna take tinted glass and bring it all the way up across this. The excess. I just like to have the excess removed because then when I'm flying around inside the building, there's just less things that can block me. And that. Right, there we go. need to fill in this whole back wall. Fill in all of this. This over. It's coming along. I think I just need to mainly put in this background right here. Actually, while we're here, let's just put in just a floor. Actually, we'll be able to see this a little bit through the window. So let's just make sure it's good. Yeah, I mean, that's like floor level probably. Actually, we're going to bring it up one, so I have the opportunity to put a ceiling on the room below it. Because that one's going to be very visible. I don't think anyone's going to think that far into this, though. So it's fine. Oh, thank you, Datch Plays. Welcome to the stream. We're just working on a radio station, I guess TV station, I don't know. Some kind of media building. Should be pretty fun. Just gotta figure out what to call it and everything. I just put it in the back wall, so it is dark enough to get a good look at what the windows are going to show. See if I need to do anything in there. As much as I like doing interiors, this building was certainly something with all the windows. Copy and pasting it and then changing a few things helped. Last wall. Actually, it's back and I think back and forth is a little bit faster than going straight up. Because there's less of the time to like fly back down. And there's a little bit when I accidentally go up too high apparently. I don't actually know what I want to make this roof out properly. I think whatever it is, it's going to be on top of this block. Maybe not. We can always replace this block later. I just need to get a feel for what's going to look like in there. Very dark. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's meant to be like post-apocalyptic. It's not like they're going to have lights on in there. So I think that's fine. We can have really dark windows. This definitely needs some detail on the outside. But I think it's starting to come along. Oh, I just thought of an idea that would make this look nice. What if I shifted every window up by half a block? Like we put slabs right here and slabs right here. Yeah, that's better placement. Shouldn't even be that much effort to do. Make quite a bit of difference. Let's look how that looks. Yeah, that is so much better, actually. I like that a lot. Now it doesn't feel like it's being crowded by the little like windowsill below it. Raised ledge. I think only windowsills are interior. I forget. Not the most important terminology ever. I'm not an architect. A bit of normal sandstone to the mix too. I was actually considering that as well. I haven't really gotten to the point where I want to make this one look as ruined yet. Yeah, thank you. Also, I appreciate that you like the builds on the stream. We're also going to add probably a little bit of birch wood as well. Not as much though, because it can mess with the texture. Oh, yeah, just moving all those windows up a little bit helped a lot. Those windows were kind of bugging me. Now I like them. Yeah, we could do the detailing next. Let's got sandstone. We'll do cut sandstone. I don't know if I'm going to use birch planks, but we'll grab them anyway because they still fit the style. I guess they're the color theming. So I forget which one's darker between these two blocks. Which one's darker? I would normally say this one, but this one has the darker lines that are going to show up from further away. I'd say they're about equally dark, just depending on if you're far away or close up. It changes though. So I'm just going to use this. And how about sand? That is probably not going to be noticeable at all, but I'm going to notice it, so we're going to use a little bit of sand. So in really shadowy areas, oh, I can't put anything there. Actually, yeah, this is where we can use a little bit of birch. Gonna fill in a few of these little spots where it should be pretty shadowy. Make it look real nice. This. Yeah, actually, I want a little bit more shadow on these lower levels. It's just less light's gonna get down into the streets. We can kind of ease out of that as we go. Maybe this just isn't there anymore. Do a few cracks and stuff. We'll want some of that down here as well. We do these ones for shading and these ones for texture. Oh, and a little bit of this. Why does that look so much brighter? Wait, what? These two sides look so much different in shade because of the lighting. And that just is, I mean, the two sides are pretty much identical. What? Well, I guess I won't be using that. Use a little bit of this. That's really odd. Huh. Put a little bit of this in here. Just gonna spread around. Yeah, that's already looking tons better. I think this is where we start just kind of losing the birch wood. Maybe we put like one more right here or something. And then we just kind of stop using it. Still want to use a decent bit of this though, because it gives that effect of falling apart. That's way too symmetrical. Okay, let's change this one. Put that down there. Oh, and then I get diagonal symmetrical. Okay, that fixes it. There we go. Yeah, that adds some good like shading plus maybe a little bit of discoloration. That's nice. Oops. That's probably gonna be birchwood. That's a little bit high up for two blocks next to each other. Let's start at the bottom. That'll be easier. Plenty of birchwood. And, you know, as we're going up, we give it a little less. We'll still do this corner. Start reining it in more as we go. We get to like maybe that point. And then maybe instead of even having like a full block right there, right there. Or, you know what? Just that. So we don't need it as much on these top two. So down here, let's get a lot of broken bits. Put one of these. Here we are. I just feel like close to the ground is where stuff during whatever apocalypse wiped out this city would have happened. So maybe it caused some problems. I still haven't actually thought through why in the world that building collapsed and this building collapsed while these ones are perfectly fine. Maybe just bad architecture. I feel like I take looks at what I'm building like a lot. I just keep backing up. Maybe that's normal, but there's always like a thing in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, I'm wasting time on stream if I'm like streaming or something. Like, just keep looking at it. But it helps me work. So I can't really avoid doing it. Does the sand look normal in this one? Actually looks normal, but I think it's a little too bright still. There we go. That looks so much more uh, ruined. I mean, I still need to detail the stonework. We can get to that in a sec. I don't think there's any slabs here to do. Right, these ones up here are just gonna always be birch, because that is a dark area. Maybe even that one. That one. Now, usually I think, oh, the sun is probably shining on this, so I don't want to make this part dark. But there's gonna be a building right here. So I feel like it's a lot more reasonable to put some of these darker blocks in. Especially like right here, where they'd be covered anyway. a little bit right here. Now we can do more crumbly stuff. Only a lot of crumbling things around the edges of this because it still does add a little bit of shading, even if it's mostly texture. Just gonna place these where it feels right. And then kind of worry about fine-tuning it in a second. Just where my gut tells me they need to go. Get there. There we are. Anything I need to fine-tune? I don't really think so. Alright, wait, I just see something weird over here. Something felt like not right out of the corner of my eye. So I saw like movement. Oh, it's probably a leaf from one of those trees coming down. I forget those are in the game. I forgot they had those particles. I bet it was that. I thought I saw some green move like right there, and it was probably just that leaf. Right, so let's make a floor for this. We can detail the stonework in a sec. What do I want as a floor? Could try a couple things. Just make a little sample area over here. That's where my mind immediately went. That's also okay. Too dark. Not bad. I think I actually like the diorite. Oh, does that feel too fancy? Actually, that might feel too fancy. Maybe we want to go for this, actually. Yeah, that's what I want. You know, not too crazy. I think I like the diorite floor more, but it just doesn't fit. And I can always go change my mind if I come back later and just decide, yeah, it's not working. So I'm thinking this is a TV and radio station. So it'll have a broadcasting tower on top. But in here, we need to figure out what I want to do. I guess let's get some glass put up. Now, if I just build it up like this, and then provide no actual entrance, it will just look like it's framed into the right spot. So we just don't worry about that. We do need to make a door though. Just I'm gonna make a closed one. Oh, this might feel too dark in here. Just adding like a door or two works. So I actually want to do this. And this is just so you, when you look at diagonally, you can't like see through. Like if I look like this, you can see the other block. Do that. Seamless. Just a small detail, but it helps. I feel like they'd have just a big old glass door. You know, I'm not opposed to just putting these here. It's simple, but like it stands out as like a different piece of glass. So it kind of gives the impression of a door without ever really doing much. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Minecraft is just kind of 3D impressionist painting. Let's get a desk put in. You know, they'd have like the fancier woods in here. We've got the main desk in front. I guess our receptionist needs a chair. We don't need to make this too detailed in here, luckily. Is this where we're up against the... No, it isn't where we're up against the wall. No. Let's bring in some lights. After I make a ceiling. Actually, I don't think you'll be able to see this ceiling from pretty much anywhere. Oh, no, right here you can. Maybe just dark out right here, this level. Kind of hard to see, but that's fine. I want some of these. And then right here. Finally, right here. And then we simply put a chain or two. I can put a light up. Except it's an extinguished light, because I don't actually want any light in here. Because then that assumes that there is electricity. And I don't really want that. I feel like I need a quick logo for this company. Maybe just build the YouTube logo. That could also be a W. Yeah, look at the Walrus Entertainment. Let's grab these. This. Just give this a little coat of gradient. There we go. Horus Entertainment. Doesn't need to be crazy. Actually, I'd like some plants in here now that I think about it. How about just decorated pot, and then dead bush, and then leaves. Oh yeah, I need the normal pot. Put that in there. Let me do these off to the sides. There we go, that also hides the corners a little bit. I said I was going to detail the stonework eventually, let's do that. This won't be too much work, I'm only changing like one block. Or sorry, adding one block type, I guess. Over here. I'm actually going to replace all of these with full blocks, except the ones I weather. So if I do want to make this flash later, it won't shine upwards as much. Put this. Put that. We do some of this. That's the exact same thing I did on the previous floor. Let's not do that. Let's do like over here. Yeah, maybe just a little on that floor. Doesn't need to be a lot. There's a little's enough on detailing. A little bit of that. There we go. It's very subtle, but I think it looks nice. So we need the full block version. I need that, that. Just carve out the middle here. That sounds like vaguely, yeah, that's good enough. Let me just fill in the edges with this. Doesn't need to be perfect, just a little bit of like splotchy texturing. I do need to build a radio tower now. Alright, yeah, we'll do a radio tower. Hmm. It's definitely not something I've built before. We're gonna want pale oak, and we're gonna want mangrove fence. And a little bit of this. That's kind of like bolted in place. Directly on top, I don't like that as much. Let's go this kind of like back corner. Like right here. Feels good. We'll just lock it in place like this. Should start with red or white. I'm thinking. I don't like good pictures of like the bottom of radio towers. Feels like most people start with red. By most people, I mean in real life. I think most of them seem to start with red. Do this. Let me bring it in like this, maybe. Or this should be white. Like this doesn't look quite right now. Let's get a big version done first, though. See, maybe I go up 3 and then over. Do another one of this level before I go over. I actually want to go across more. That might help. Oh, actually, I know something that would help. Let's get some fence gates involved. Fence gates are just good for this kind of thing. There. You can do it right here as well. You can replace these. It's just, it doesn't have the little bit hanging down like the fence does. So it gives a more clear direction to where these are connecting. Yeah, I like that more. Oh, I should have made this an even number. I should have made this an even number. Let's take it all down and fix it. I don't even think I just explained why in the world I just said that. I just realized up at the top it would look better if it was even. Just after looking at images on my other monitor. Number just, it would make more sense. I think I might shrink it down rather than make it larger. I think that might have been a little oversized for a radio tower. I bring this up to this height. Then we go this. think the stripes need to be less thick. Let's figure out at least the shape first. With this to connect them up. I actually made that one too tall. Just realized. We could just fill in all this though. And then we'll go and fix that issue up top. I just want to like vague look at progress. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot more reasonable for what we're trying to do. Also, I have an idea of something to go before this thickness. The intermediary thickness. Oh, I think this might actually get up to the new highest point. Let's look over here, and currently the highest point in the entire city is right here. This block. This might pass it, which would honestly make a lot of sense for a broadcasting tower. Being one of, if not the highest point. Oh, one second, I gotta remove the ban evader on, it was actually a bot ban evader on Twitch. And there you go. Twitch is getting really good now at, just identifying them before they can even do anything. It just like, it was one of those like, oh, buy viewers bots. And Twitch caught it before it even, I mean, it technically sent a message and just immediately caught the message. A lot better than it used to be. Definitely not perfect still, though. That pretty much connects up, that's fine. Yeah, I don't think that idea is going to work properly. Let's do a little bit of this. And then start it from here. 4 up. 4 up. There we go. That's a radio tower right there. To make sure it looks like a cone, let's just do a little bit of this. Wait. Oh, there it is. That's where I messed up. Yeah, just adding a little bit. It doesn't make sense if it's up close, but it looks better from far away. Alright. So these. Streamer, can you add a femboy? Maybe. Maybe. I know a place for one. Oh yeah, thank you. I know this undead knight looks pretty attractive, so I'm glad you noticed. Thank you. Put some lights up here. Oh wait, I If I put lights up here, it's gonna look like the power's on. I kind of forgot. So it looks like on normal radio towers, you have like little iron bars and pale oak trapdoors. I believe that's what they are in real life, and that's the technical term. Um, so I guess we'll add some little doohickeys. That's also a technical term. I know a lot of people might not understand this stream because of, my technical terms I'm using for like radio stuff, but I need to be proper in how I go about building this. Let's actually make this one face the other direction. That is now the new highest point in the city, right up top. And you can just really just see it. It's a super flat world from here, and that's why we won't look from up there. We'll look from down here up at it. So, it has some little dishes like this. Some stuff like that. It's just a little doohickeys on a radio tower. Yeah, that looks like a radio tower. So, I mean, this building's pretty much done. What was I looking for? What was I looking for? I just started looking for something and I just completely just spaced. What in the world? I was looking for something. Fricky Frackedy, yeah, what's up? It has no thighs, but I think the knight has it somehow. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. That's fair. And those maybe in life. Thickest thighs of the kingdom. Guess we'll never know. Let's see what else is there. What was I looking? What in the world was I looking for? I don't even think I said it out loud. I have no clue. No clue what I was looking for. Okay, so we've got this building. We could finish off this stream. How long have I been streaming? Oh, only an hour and 20 to build this whole building? Man, make good progress. Actually, I guess this building took like an hour. Each of these was, I guess these two were like an hour each. And these were like 2 hours each. So I guess that's about middle of the road. I think that's good time though. Yeah. What material do I want? I could reuse a material from over here. Wait, I just realized that this means this street's done. I definitely think it needs more cars or just debris in the streets. So how are you doing so far? I feel like just having a good time, just building some stuff. Uh, yeah, I feel like it's pretty good. Definitely feel like there's things I don't like, but overall, I like it. I might go and fine tune some stuff eventually. I need more cars though. I just haven't wanted to build cars because I don't really like building cars. I'll probably feel like building cars eventually. Oh wait, this whatever I build here is gonna be like right up against the quarantine thing or whatever. I might change this, but hmm. Trying to imagine what goes here. Maybe a bank? No, because a bank would look really similar to this building. Because this kind of has like those pillars in front as well. Maybe over here is a bank. Bank. Just a reminder for later. This is where I want like an iconic building. I'm gonna spend the most time on that. Pretty much, I feel like most cities have like their building that just everyone recognizes, whether it's like the Empire State Building or the Burj Khalifa or whatever else. Um, I mean, those are two pretty prominent examples. But I feel like most cities have just like some very iconic building that kind of defines the skyline. I think I want it on that corner, but I'm not building that yet. So if we're gonna have a bank there, I could build a police station. I mean, that's where they're setting up right there. Maybe police or fire. Yeah, we could do police right here. I'm thinking a blue building. Kind of, we could just steal this color palette. Except instead of weathered stuff, let's go with a gray. A very light gray, so it's like blue and white, kind of. So I guess let's build it out of this. So I can plan things out. Actually, I want an alleyway right here. So let's make one. By make one, I mean, like, just leave a space for later. Oh, they need like a garage here as well. Yeah, like one of these spots along here can be the garage. Let's bring this up. I'm gonna just look up New York Police Station. No, Department Station. Oops. Yeah, I even said station. Road Department. Nice. They're just in like a big old vaguely limestone looking building. Not really anything particularly police coded. Let's just look up police station. A lot of the time it looks like they like white. A lot of white things. So it's actually more white with a little bit of blue. Oh, I forgot about the Lego police. We can just make it look like Lego. Sure. And we're gonna replace all of this. We're actually gonna go for a white building with blue details. That feels very police station-y. So we'll bring up the bottom floor to like here. We'll definitely want a helipad. Maybe I'll even build the helicopter. That could be kind of cool. Right, that's where the garage is. I'll put a garage door on that. That's just usually the best garage door design. Just looks like a garage door. Sometimes you can put a little window like that, but you don't really need it. I can always come back later and add that if I want to. So, let's see. I gotta think through this building and figure out how big I want it. We need the main, like, office. We need a spot for the cars. We need, like, a small little jail. We need a helipad. We need a lot of stuff. We need offices for the paperwork. So we can make a pretty tall building because we don't have that much ground space to work with. Let's close this in. Probably not going to build a lot of the stuff I just listed like out properly, but I just want to kind of think through how big I need this building to make it look like it could fit everything the police need to do. Also, I'll probably put a car like right out here that's a police car. Maybe one of these SUVs. Or I could do one of the smaller ones. Maybe we could build one of these small cars and then put lights on it. So why don't we... Looking at a lot of images right now, just trying to figure out what I want to do. This is a little bit harder than a lot of my other stuff. I have a little less leeway. Something kind of around there. Maybe this is wider. Or is too layered. What if the police sign's only so big? Like maybe like that big. Or you know, maybe it's centered over the door at least. I can also even bring that out a little bit. And then break some of this. Maybe we continue that like stripe along here. Yeah. Right. Let's just bring that sign one this way. Yeah, I actually could just make this an actual sign that says police, actually. Okay, it's 6 letters, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would just need to make it one taller. There we go. Go even higher. Maybe they paint a blue stripe on every level. I can figure out the exact details soon. I don't hate just having a blue stripe on every level. It's kind of cool. I don't really know what I want to do behind here, though. Just make this hollow in case I need to work with it. Bring this around this way. Maybe bring it over there. Yeah, maybe no windows on this first level. And then we'll build windows on the second level. It's like right up here. Right there. So then we can bring this up one more level, probably. Actually, where do I want the helipad? Probably on this part of the building, so I bring this up one more level. I was actually gonna do it on the other side, but I think this makes more sense. Give it more room to land. Without trying to, like, get right next to this building. With a literal helicopter. So our helipad will be right on top of this. Bring up this corner so I know kind of where we're going to. Okay. And then up here would be the helipad. Which, we need those materials for. Is it red and wait? Is the I need to look at helipads. Is there like a specific thing if the H is supposed to be white or red or what color? Oh, wait, there's a lot less red and white ones than I expected. What? Just movies and TV just always told me it was, it was red and white all the time. What a helipad looks like. I guess not. Apparently, people do it with yellow most of the time. Yeah, I want to make that a little bit bigger. So we're going to bring it up here. There we are. Helipad. Guess we can just put gray up here as well. Because they probably have their own instruments and stuff like up here or over here. We can have like some pipes or something on this side. All right. Yeah, I like that basic idea for a police station. I mean, there's so much that needs to happen before that's a finished build, but that is a good start on it. I guess I need to figure out exactly what materials I'm going to use. Definitely these and this. And probably some of this as well. Because it's very painted white. I don't think they'd make it out of actual like marble or something. So this will be where the paint has been completely worn off of stone brick. And just for a very light stone color, we could also use a little bit of this. So I guess most of it's going to be calcite then. So why don't we start replacing it with calcite? So we want to replace white planting grid with calcite. Anything on the outside? Yeah, a little bit over here just didn't get hit. There we go. Man, that is such a clear repeating texture. Yeah, we can fix that. Yeah, just once you look back far enough, you can start just seeing the like repeating patterns in Minecraft blocks. And that's why just breaking it up like that is so important. Because you can make your own patterns that are a little bit larger scale. So it won't look like this. Oh, I need to figure out what that blue is gonna be. I'm thinking just like blue concrete, concrete powder, and wool. So I guess I'll put wool because that's the intermediary tone. This is looking a lot worse right now. It'll look better eventually. We gotta get through weird that weird stage where it's not planning grids anymore. And it's not quite where it should be yet. Put this in. We can detail the helipad later. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. It looks so bad right now. That one did too. So I'm not it's not horrible. Like I know it can recover. It just needs some love and it'll get better. I actually just thought of something out of nowhere. What if I added a little bit of this? Maybe that's where the paint is like still pretty pristine. Yeah, I like that. We'll add it soon. I just want to get rid of a bunch of stuff in my inventory. I would clear my inventory, but I want to keep a bunch of stuff I have. So let's just go littering. All right. It's just not blue enough. We're gonna have to do some trickery with the blue to make it look right. That's my first impulse, and I like that. I like this more. Yeah, I think I like that more. Where it's pushed slightly up. Okay, that adds a lot to it already. That's already fixing a lot of things. Yeah, there you go. You still get the blue, but just not as overpowering. And also, now it'll look like it's supporting the sign even better. Because it actually goes out to that level on the detail. Oh. I'd rather move this. I'd say I'd change it if it felt necessary, so, and it feels necessary. Now let's make the banners real quick so I can get a look for just how they're gonna be. Get the loom. Some white banners. Some white dye, some black dye. Alright. Let's see if I remember how to do this. I didn't. I start again. Let me go half up. P. Up is really easy. Bottom, top, and then do the sides. I've got Poe. I just need lice. I need I. It's like that. A lot of these are actually the really easy layers to make, at least. And then E. Pretty much just the same thing as C. Let's put one extra line. And now to finish them off, we do this. Police. We are actually going to set all of these banners over here. Just so I have backups. Police. There we go. Okay, I like that. I don't actually like how we built the sign though, so we're gonna take that away for now. We have backups over there, so I can actually let's not clear my inventory. I don't need to clear it. Just do this. We're getting there on this building. It's just definitely taking a little longer to look good. But I believe in the vision. Do we want corners on this? Do we want corners on this? You know, I almost like when it doesn't have corners. It feels kind of slick. Cool looking. Right. I guess there's really not that much I need to do with this building, other than just like put details on it. So maybe it's actually quite easy building to make. You know, I'm just gonna hide some of this real quick. Oh, I forgot about that. That's fine. Anyway, get some of these things. Definitely a lot of dark colors behind the sign. A little bit of stuff right here and right here. You know, like a little bit of that right there. So that doesn't feel out of place as much. There we go. We'll do a similar rooftop in a bit. I think it's time to do the walls. So let's find some highlights. Like right here. That's a highlight. There's a highlight on the center of this wall. A bit of this. Right, we do a little bit of this. And we should be pretty good on highlights at least. So now we can start making some of the slightly darker areas. Actually, I think I'd like to add diorite in first and then come in with the polished diorite. I can hide these roots even better if I just put diorite where they are. Barely notice them. Your favorite Alistair is here? Yay! Love the stream. How's it going? this in here. That's a shame we weren't here just a little bit earlier because we were building a radio tower. In your style. Let's see, where do I need dark spots? Over here. You building a town? I'm building a kind of like a post-apocalyptic city. A little overgrown in places or collapsing. Haven't really decided what caused it yet. I'm just kind of just having some fun with it. I usually build medieval, so I just figured it would be something new. So currently working on the police station, which does not look good right now. It'll hopefully look good soon. A little bit of cracks right there. Oh, we haven't done over here yet. I think I'm gonna change up this quarantine zone a bit. Now that I've decided the police station's right next to it. So I guess they'd probably be involved in keeping a quarantine. We can just do a little bit right here. And now, I guess, or you prefer redstone or building? I mean, I like redstone. I just more prefer the art side of things. I mean, I've done a little redstone over there. I haven't really had this creative world for all that long. Actually, used to play on mobile for a long time. I switched over to the computer version. Still prefer Bedrock over Java, but I mean, it's kind of just personal preference. I think there's appeals to both. Bedrock's just the one that appeals to me more. That's what all the other people I play with play on. So yeah, I still think Redstone's pretty good. I actually forget what that is over there. What is this? What? Oh, it's a combination lock. Okay. Yeah, I made I think there's a combination lock that like the minecart goes down. Each one, I think. I think you have to hit them in the right order to make it go. I think this was for like a puzzle or something. And there's the output. It's not the most fancy thing in the world. I just think it's fun. Let's see. Oh, just realized I forgot to do the sidewalk down here. It's still in grid form. I also learned how to like mod in things a long time ago, and that's another reason this just kind of kept me around Bedrock. I also prefer Bedrock. Yeah, Bedrock's just good. I like it. A lot of the like features that people really like on Java, I don't like as much because they feel like bugs. Because a lot of them were like bud powering and stuff. So I don't know. It's not my style. I don't know. I know a lot of people think like, oh, one version's like objectively better than the other. I mean, they're both Minecraft at the end of the day. Okay, there we go. It's actually starting to look weathered now. I think I actually want to take some of this, where the paint has just completely come off the wall. Is revealing some of the brick underneath. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit right there. Let me spread this out a little bit more as well. More crumbling. What's your favorite build you've ever made? Oh, that's a hard question. I honestly like a lot of the newer ones. There was a build I did on a survival world where I built like a glass, like a vortex, and then built a castle sitting on top of it. I don't know if like the building style would hold up to what I can do now, but it was really fun to build, if nothing else. This one's definitely been a favorite, and that castle over there, which I'm planning on building on survival world pretty soon, but that survival world isn't up yet. I'll probably stream on that world, to be honest, once it rolls around. Yeah, I think it's probably. I mean, there was a volcano I built one time. That wasn't really. I mean, it was big. I think it was like 300 blocks wide and survival and like a full mountain range around it. And it was cool. I don't know if it was all that fun though. What was I doing? Fully just spaced out. Oh yeah, this. It's gonna be like the 50th time this stream that's happened. I just forget what I'm doing constantly. There's probably details on every single building in here that I've just forgotten about. Yeah, including the back of this, which I forgot. I'll do later. You know, it'll get done eventually, probably. Probably. Where is insight there? Thinking I want a little bit of a window right here. Not sure exactly how I want it. Kind of like this. That feels weird. Oh wait, this could just be the entrance. What am I doing? There's no entrance to this building. Kind of need one of those to get in. So why don't we bring this down a little bit? That's a good size entrance. Oh, why don't we go on the back of this real quick? Or, sorry, not the go on. Just fix the back of this. Thinking it has a little bit like that. A little bit more broken down here. Needs entrance when you got a builder. Exactly. Just go in the back. There's a hole here. Why don't the police just do that? Just fly the helicopter in there. I'll build them. I'll just build them inside and unbuild them out. They need to leave. Alright, that part's done enough that I can put the sign on now. All shuffled. Sure. That's organized. Police. I mean that sign looks a little bit too pristine. I might have to fix that. P-lice. You know, actually, that doesn't look awful. The temptation to try and make it spell something is strong. Maybe just one letter hanging down is good, though. I don't think I need multiple. Why don't we actually put in the texturing on this? There we are. Over here, we're gonna need just a little bit. Actually, a lot bit, because this is an alleyway, so it needs to be dark. That's still an alleyway. We're getting a little brighter as we go up. There we go. We want a little bit more brightness right here, I think. Maybe a little bit of dark in the corner on some of these. Fill in some gaps. And over on this side, I think I actually made, yeah, right here is pretty bright, so I'll actually put some of this in. And a little bit of darkness too. Just as if it's, it's a little weathered. Alright, we're finally getting somewhere. I wasn't particularly confident in this build and just trusting in the method. It's starting to get to the point where I'm happy. And I still need to detail down here because I started detailing and then got distracted again. Because that's what I do. I feel like some people just get too annoyed about getting distracted. Like, if you get distracted, whatever. Especially, like, I control the stream at the end of the day. Like, if I want to get distracted for 5 minutes, then I'm gonna get distracted for 5 minutes. Might make good content, in fact. In fact, I think it would actually be really boring if I just sat here only building and just only talking about building the entire time. I mean, I am most of the time, but yeah, I gotta shake it up here and there. A little bit under here. Oh, we need some stone brick. I forgot about that material. Let's fill in some gaps over here. Wonderful. Let's get a little bit up here as well. Looking better already. Let's get some glass going. Or maybe another kind of door. What kind of door would these people have? Probably a glass door. Right, that kind of glass. feel like they'd have the more cyan tinted glass. See how that looks. I almost, you know what? I actually might like the dark more. Yeah, it's just more defined. You can always put some blue behind it if I want to get it a little bit tinted in blue area of the color wheel. That was a weird way to say that. You know what I mean? If you don't, then fair enough. Alright, let's look at that. Yeah, I like that glass. Let's fill all of this in. Because I'm not going to build the outside of the city. Like, I'm not going to build, like, the back of this building or something. If it has a side facing an alleyway, then I'll detail it. If it doesn't, then, you know, I don't need to worry about it. Because my goals are to build, like, a city that just feels nice to be inside of. I'm not trying to build something that I can just look at from the outside. Because realistically, there's probably a building right here that we just can't see. Because it's out of the range of what I've decided I'm going to build. Because the city isn't this small. So I'm just not going to worry about anything beyond the edge of my plan. Because you have to stop somewhere with building. Sometimes you can build it to the point where it's like completely self-contained and it has a natural edge. Like that build over there, like that just has an outer wall. But if you're dealing with something like that build over there, let me fly over. I forgot how far away this actually is. This sprint flying. You know, I'm not going to build the entire like mountain or world that this is underneath. Because as long as I just put my camera into these boundaries, it looks like it's done. It is done. So, just not necessary to build the outside. Like, I'm not looking from this angle at this build. Because that's not what it was planned to be. I feel like that's where a lot of people just like burn themselves out. That's where I used to kind of burn myself out with building because I'm just like, oh, I need to do this now. It's like, no, you don't. Just if you're gonna make art, you're not trying to like paint. Like if you're gonna paint something, you don't finish painting on the front of the canvas and be like, wow, this is great, but what if someone turns it around and looks at the back of the canvas and then you flip it over and have to paint the whole back? Like, that's just not how that is. You don't have to do that. No one does that. Anyway, that was a weird tangent, but that's something I thought about a decent amount. All right. I need to block off all light getting down into this area. So let's build the helipad. Just a little bit of wear and tear. Yeah, thank you. I'll check that later. Let's see. Let's grab some stone. Oh, let's fill this in. Oh, I have to do yellow around the edge of this. Yeah, I guess I could use these yellows. I could go with a slightly brighter yellow. I could go with this yellow though. It's like a really weird yellow. That I really didn't like at first, but the more I've just kind of lived with it, the more I like it. Because I was really looking too close at it originally. Let's just make it out of hay for now. Oh wait, this won't look good. I forgot about the side. This is raised up. Alright, we're doing a different yellow. Actually, you know what? We're gonna stick with the design of the building and go with white around the outer edge. Because it does not need to be yellow. Alright, there we go. Not bad. What else do I need to do? Oh, we need to build a police car. I'm thinking just like one of these with some lights on the top. Let's hope I can remember how to build that. I guess it's just a little bit out in the street. I guess the police officer just abandons his car during the apocalypse. We'll put, some stuff there. A little bit like that. Okay, now we need to get the lights on top. There's a couple ways I could do this, so I'll grab both. There's glass, blue and red. I mean, that looks solid. That does not. It's a very flat car. Yeah, I mean, like, this is pretty normal. Actually, I could just put this on here. I kind of like it a little bit back. Is there a specific side these are supposed to be on? That's good. I like that. There's nothing more blue, is there? No. Alright. There's a police car outside the police station. Or sorry, the police station. The O is slightly fallen, so we just can't say it anymore. So that works. Bring this up here. Let's go over here. Fill in all this. Lots of this all around. And the police station will be done. Actually, there's a few other details I need for the police station. Right. Oh, there's a light getting in right here as well. Close that off. Just put in a nice, I guess, pale oak floor or something. Uh, there we are. Great. Now it's actually dark in there. I'm not gonna worry too much about looking in here. Except right here because this is very visible. Oh, actually, that just made it dark. Feels so dark though. I guess that's okay. All right, we need some doohickeys on the roof. It's doohickey time. Everyone's favorite time. We need some fans. Yay. That's what I need in real life. Some fans. Subscribe. Man, my subscribe plugs just are the worst. And they get worse like every stream. That's why they're the best. You can always count on them to just not be good. Put a vent there, vent there, vent there, vent there. Actually, I need this spot for something else. We need a funny little tower. And also one of these. Just an antenna. Alright, that looks good. There's probably a way up to the roof. Just to climb. I mean, there's a rooftop garden over here and just no way up either. Well, I guess if you want to go to the rooftop garden, you come up through this elevator. You walk over here and then you jump. And I guess to get down, you how do you get down? You go to the fire escape on this building. Though it's actually too high to get up if you come from the fire escape, so you do have to go up the elevator, jump down, then go to the fire escape. And this is why we just don't worry about too much. If it looks right, then it's good enough. Like this building, I need to build the side of it. I'm not even sure what to do there. Okay, I have ideas. I've thought through it. We need a little bit of this. Need some buttons. Actually, let's put in the floor in here. We can texture it soon. I actually want to, I think, make a... Actually, what if I used this kind of material? Make those look like they're like wired up together or something. Yeah, like this is like the breakers thing. Yeah, there's a lever on it. Pretty cool. Actually thinking there's a fence here. Except it's kind of been like broken open. Someone's made their way through during the apocalypse. Pretty good time to, I guess, break into an alleyway. This goes all the way up, or at least pretty far up. There's one of these. That goes off to the side. And it goes up here. You've got like a button on it. No, it doesn't actually have to do anything. It can just be a doohickey. We love a good doohickey. Yeah, up here we've got a doohickey. Actually, this one's like an air conditioner kind of thing. Oh, actually, it could be cool if I did one of these like every... what else was I using for these air conditioners? Oh, it's just the same thing. Just next to it. If I just made one of these ACs like every floor, and I put a pipe between all of them. Or at least like a chain, so I feel like they're all like wired up. Put a tube as well. So let's actually break this for now. And do a little bit of that. All right. There we go. Now I want to make them look like they're actually hooked into the wall, so I guess I'll just do like some of this. to make them feel attached. There we go. Also looks vaguely like a fire escape, just a really small one. There you go, and the wire goes all the way up. And I can use some of these as like brackets, essentially, for the wire. There we go. I don't need to worry as much about this part because a lot of it's just blocked. We'll still give it like a vague detail. It's going to show on the interior a bit, but that's fine. Oh yeah, this door is supposed to be closed. You're not supposed to be like getting into Walrus Broadcasting Company. But that, let me go along here. Yeah, we just need a little bit of this here and there. That'll do. Underneath all of this as well. Right. And I am actually shocked how quickly I've been able to do this entire side. I haven't really said much during it, I just kind of like locked in and then just did it. A few more details to do. There we go. Pretty subtle, but it really fills in that space. Honestly, I want this to be noticed less, and I almost feel like it. I almost feel like this actually just draws the eye away from it because this is so bright that it keeps your eye from looking at this too much. That's a little bit more of an issue right here. I could just do the exact same thing because you'd never really see both of these sides at the same time. Or I could do a fire escape. Why don't we do a fire escape? Alright, so that would mean coming from like here. The fire escape's pretty big, unfortunately. Is that the level to do a new one? So I did it at, yes. Make it one block smaller, I believe. Can you put all that in? They have a little bit more room as well. Let's bring this up again, see if this helps. I mean, I don't actually have to be able to walk up and down this, so that's why I'm putting some of these bars in place. Okay, yeah, that looks like what I intended to look like. Let's put in these stairs up. Put them right here. Right here. Put in the railing. Do I have a little bit more room to put like? Yeah, I think if I fill this in a little bit more, it'll look better. Even though you cannot walk down that. Then from here we'll have a ladder. I'm just gonna like make the eye assume that the ladder's there. Yeah, it just isn't dropped. Also, this should go all the way up to the roof. I don't know why I stopped it right here. There might be people trapped on the roof in a fire. So one little trick with building towns and cities and stuff is you don't have to put every detail on every building. If I just kind of put an elevator up here and up here, or like the occasional fire escape, you just kind of assume that these buildings probably have a way up and down, and you just don't think about it too much. So don't think about it too much. Let's put iron bars into there. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. It really fills out that area. And in a way that actually feels like it should be there. Let's see what we've got over here. What area we have. There we are. Oops. Do this. Yeah, put in some of the cracked. I guess just normal sandstone. I just think of it like cracked sandstone. Put this. Fill all this in. Quiet, but it's gonna go brute force through this. All the texturing. Right there. There we go. Yeah, there we are. That helps hide the back of this building. I think I might put a bit of fake building back here, to be honest, just to like close off the alleyway. Like maybe I'll let this go back for like 2 more. Right. And then we're just gonna put like a fake building back here that like covers up most of this because I don't like being able to see a bunch of this. And then this area should be done. Dude, what do I want the fake building to look like? I'm thinking just dark material. Like this. I'll just do this exact like style. I don't want to think of a new style right now. just want to fill in most of this with wool. And we want a little bit of this in here. Go up right here. We go right across this part. We can even put a little bit of this. Wonderful. And even just like having another building back there helps, even though it's just not anything really. We could just kind of give it a little detail and make it feel like it's a real building. If let's put some windows right here. I don't know why you'd put windows on the side, but it feels right. Let's see, I guess we do 2 columns of windows. No, windows about like that size, maybe. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Now this is far enough back, I can use string, or since I'm in creative mode, I can give that this barrier to hold up that. Right, and then we just put this across here. Let's just fill in behind here, I guess, with gray. There we go. And then how does it look from this side? It doesn't. It doesn't look like anything because you can't see it. Drum. Yeah, you're never gonna see that, so I'm not really too worried about it. Maybe I am, maybe it's bugging me. Oh, this needs to be lower. Yeah, that feels like that feels natural. I would assume that that building has windows overlooking the street on like the far side, as if there's another intersection over there, and then they're just like, oh well, there's an alleyway. Let's put a window there. So there we go, a little illusion of a window, or a little illusion of a building back here. For the sake of completion, let's just do this. Put in an actual rooftop. Oh wait, actually I want to do it with these. There we go, all of that is done. A little bit of that. And this. You know what? Maybe even one of these. Get some fans up here. And we've got an antenna over here. So it's not going to be as big as some of the other ones. Yeah. There we go. Do a couple of these. Incredible. I mean, it's truly just a masterpiece that no one will ever really notice because we don't really need them to. Let's put some boxes back here and a little bit of weathering on the sidewalk. Put some boxes around here. Some like trash or something. And lastly, I think a nice dumpster would really finish this area off. No, we don't need that on top. So that's 2 of our city blocks done. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know if this and this look apocalyptic enough, so we might have to touch these up a bit. We can always come back through and add more things. Oh yeah, this is still broken. Yeah, what do I want to do about that? Wait, what did I expect? I put this right next to the... Yeah, we're just gonna need to fix that later. Because that's gonna be a rework for that whole area. So, we can destroy these now. We don't need this backed up over here. Oops. I think out of all of these, which one? Honestly, I like this building a lot. I like this building. I actually really like how the police station turned out. I'm actually really happy with like most of these buildings. I'm happy with how this one turned out too, even though it wasn't my favorite to build and it was so much work. The fact that you can like see all the interiors and it's like breaking apart and like the signs falling down just isn't cool. Well, I think that's where we're gonna end stream. I've been going for 3 hours. So thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed and you're still here, consider subscribing if you haven't already. That's about it. Bye everyone.